Hello, dear friends. Today we're going to learn how to work with resources. What is the resource? Something that helps us to get through situation, problem, something that is always helpful, something that sometimes we don't see around and it just comes after a certain amount of time. We recognize that this or that was a resource. It could be a person who's really helping us. It could be your own quality that you haven't been using for a while. Resource can be anything in the world that can positively impact your situation that you're trying to deal with. So at the previous class, we worked with minimizing an issue and maximizing our size in order to get into emotional balance, deal with the problem, and find our inner balance by washing out all the negativities, overpowering the sense of anxiety, and coming back to resourceful state of mind. How else you can help yourself in order to deal with the problem or with the situation, or maybe you have an assignment that you need to complete and you have a straight deadline. You really would like to add resources, anything that you might think of. And when you're going to be working on your own problem or issue or assignment or anything that brings a lot of anxiety, that kicks you out of normal state of life, um, you just think about it and write those resources on the piece of paper. And then in neurographic form, you can add them all around your drawing. And it really doesn't matter where you're going to add them because everything is going to be connected through the neurographic line. My advice to you, use different colors than you used in this original drawing. Why? Because you really need to put emphasis on the resource. Here's the resource that's going to help me out to get through the situation, right? And please use the colors that you like. If you don't like the colors, don't even touch them because they're not going to help you. I have one lady friend who worked on one of the issues and she decided to wear clothes of the same color for the whole week. Um, she was also drawing. I don't know what helped her more. But anyways, I know the colors work. And in her case, it worked as well. So don't underestimate the power of color. Your graphic line is important. The shapes are very important. But also the idea of coloring your figures is also very important. So for that, I'm going to be using golden marker that I have. It's Sharpie Gold. I really like it because it gives you this kind of like a shiny um, feeling. And let's just pretend, come up with the situation where you need to complete your assignment at work and um, you have a very strict deadline to complete and you really feel like you're out of breath, it's not possible. So what can you add as a resource? So you just look at yourself, write down everything what goes on with you. It's also helping, writing. Again, writing is not typing on the computer. I'm talking about writing by hand is mind body exercise that will help you to understand what's going on with you. Why you're having this anxiety. Basically like journaling. I have this anxiety because, and then describe it. Then think about resources that can help you out and also write them down. You don't have to write the whole poem, just in the bullet points, what can help you. I know exercise and in particular hot yoga helps me a lot, a lot. I exercise almost 5 times a week and this is something that keeps me energetic, upbeat, alive. Of course, together with neurographic, it creates a perfect solution for balanced life. So I'm going to use a circle in this case, and I'm going to add hot yoga right here. I'm going to activate it. Again, I'm using circle, but we're going to be using some other figures. So hot yoga really supports my state of mind. Maybe you have something that you like, Pilates, you like jogging, any type of exercise when you go to gym and you spend some time and you come back relaxed, or sometimes tired, but it helps you to fall asleep quickly. It really depends, but you really want to add something that works. In this case, this is my resource and I added it here. You can add your resources even in the middle of your drawing. You can add them outside of your initial drawing. You can do anything you want. Why? Because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. You do it instinctively. I know I'm married to my yoga So we almost like form one family here. But if you would drew somewhere outside of this drawing, that would be fine as well. You would connect it with the lines. For neurographic lines, everything gets integrated. It's like universe, right? Nothing exists on its own. All planets are interconnected with the stars, with galactics. Everything in this universe communicates with each other. And so our neurons, they communicate with each other. So really, it doesn't matter where we're adding resource. So what else you could do? You could use another color of the marker. If you want to add totally different resource, um, I can use, let me just use orange. I'm gonna add some orange here. Um, what I'm gonna add here, a stability. And sometimes what we're missing in life is stability. And that's what creates anxiety. What can stabilize you? Think about it. What can stabilize you in your situation? Okay, we already added um, exercise, right? You remember what we started with. You need to complete your assignment and you have a strict deadline, right? So you're helping to keep your energy up. You want stability as well. You want to somehow tell yourself, no matter what, everything is going to be all right. And what can make you stable? Just think about your friends and people you connected to, your family, your house that you live in, and you can add for stability, right? For something you can rely on and feel really connected to your family, your house. And I'm coming up with ideas for you guys, but you use your own ideas, right? I'm adding square. When we adding squares or triangles, we should round inside of the sharp corners. And what I usually like to do, I like to add some neural lines to connect my drawing to either edges of the paper or to other lines on my drawing. Okay, so exercise, my family, my house, my surrounding, and stability. And maybe you really want some movement. Maybe you need to get out of stagnation. If you're frozen when you think about what's going to happen, how I'm going to get through this, maybe you want to add uh, some movement. And what do we do with movement? We use triangles when we really want to activate movement. And some people may ask me, what do you mean by movement, right? Do something. Do something about your deadline. Don't get into frozen state because it's not going to bring any results. You're only going to get frustrated even more. The more you think about it and not doing anything, it can bring a lot of frustration. And again, you see what I'm doing? I've added rounding, the sharp corners of triangle, and I've added some lines in order to integrate the shape into my entire drawing. And I connected the tip also to one of the lines here in the drawing. And I'm just telling you that you can add as many resources as you want. If you're struggling with a problem, or you really, really need to complete an assignment or anything else, add as many resources as possible. In an ideal, you may think about 10 resources, right, to add. And that would definitely help you out, first of all, to get to the balanced state of mind. And second of all, um, uh, complete what you plan to complete or get out of the issue. Or let's say if your house is not selling, your state of mind will change and create different neurological patterns that would attract the right clients. Think this way. Think about neurology. Think about neurological connections. That's what neurographic is all about. And you guys been asking me, what is the psychological component? What is the philosophical component? I'm giving it to you, right? Use that in order to get what you want. You can color the entire figure. You can just color around the edges. You can make it look like a 3D. And we are doing conceptual work here. I'm just giving you tools that you could use in order to get to the state of balance, completion, that your assignment is done, your house is sold, your conflict is resolved, That's what I'm doing, guys. I'm just giving you those tools that can help you out to get through this. And I'm coloring. You see, like I'm coloring in a way that it looks like triangle is transparent and lays over, right? And perfectly fine, perfectly fine. I'm gonna add some, I don't know, I'm just thinking what would be the right color here. Let me just think about it quickly. I may add some pink. I may add some pink color here. It looks a little bit as a red color. That's what I was debating. Should I use this pink or should I use lighter pink? I guess I'm going to use lighter. So it looks different on camera, not as reddish, because camera can change the color. You should know that if you're planning on giving classes yourself at some point, just be mindful about it. But, you know, record it on time. And now I'm just kind of coloring my circle, my exercise, my hot yoga, I know helps me always. All right. So right there, we've got our resources. And all you need to do now is to add neurographic lines. Add neurographic lines. And in this case, they can be all over. They should go all across your drawing. It should connect to other figures, other resources. We're combining them through neurographic lines. We're combining all our resources together. See that? And rounding, should not forget about rounding, because that's what makes neurographic drawing neurographic. If you're missing on rounding, you're missing on integrative component of neurographic. And some people getting annoyed by rounding, they complain, they're saying it takes time, I cannot do it. But with the experience, usually it's not the case. And it's really producing calming way of looking at the problem instead of getting hysterical and getting frozen. Okay. So you should round your lines. I use this color as well. So I want to add more of those lines as well. And they would go through my drawing, really connecting all the components. And again, if I've done it with other lines, I should as well round it with other figures here and lines and on all crossings. And you could definitely use the field lines that we used in our previous exercise, where we created this fantastic flow of resolving problems. I can add them coming all across the drawing. And I was talking about the field lines in my previous lesson, field lines creating the powerful current, and they really make things happen. They really pushing the energy up to the universe, basically, and helping to create the result that you're looking for. And again, you need to connect your field lines. In some places, they don't require 100% rounding, like other neurographic lines. They're usually thicker than actual lines. You can double them if you want, but you already created here for yourself a powerhouse. Look at the, your problem is like so small, it's barely visible now. Here's you, here's all your resources, and add more here and there, and here more and more. This is NeuroConcept. I'm giving you the conceptual way of approaching to the fact that resources can help you, and I'm showing you how to do it. And you create a beautiful drawing out of it, okay, by adding more shapes, breathing throughout the whole exercise, drinking water. You know, sometimes people don't believe I drink water. I do. I have it right here. Create your beautiful life, your beautiful drawing. And sometimes you need to repeat a process if it doesn't work. on the first time. So you're going to have two beautiful drawings. All right. I hope you enjoyed this class. Please comment. Just let me know if this technique worked for you. So you should know that I have a private Facebook group where I have people coming and sharing their drawings. I do have it in the description for this video and my other videos. I'm also teaching Neurographical level 1, professional level, if you would like to get on the path, becoming Neurographic coach, um, and giving some other professional trainings. So if you're interested, you can always write to me. My email is in the description, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much.